apologize in advance. I'm a little sick, so. My name is Ariana, and I'm the second negative constructive, and I'll be talking about the workability and disadvantages that will result if the affirmatives proposition is accepted. The affirmative is to cancel the high-speed railroad project that California has already began constructing. There is one main workability issue that I found. Canceling the railway will lead to economic turndown for the local residents of Merced and Bakersfield. According to the Greater Merced High-Speed Rail Committee, Merced to Bakersfield would cost $6 billion, which means that if they would stop just at this section, this would result in economic loss for this area because not many people would pay for a ride that would just take you from Merced to Bakersfield. However, if California continues to build the entire railway from San Francisco to San Diego, it would generate more positive economic activity for the railway and for the statewide economy because many more people will want to take advantage of its several convenient stops. There are two disadvantages to the affirmative proposition. The first disadvantage to the proposition is that if the railroad is canceled, California roads will remain congested. According to the official High Rail government website, it is estimated that by the year 2030 there will be 15 million people living in California. Brian Alexander from the New York Times stated that there were about 30 million vehicles registered in the state of California in 2002, and at that time there were about 35 million residents. And according to the U.S. Census, there are currently 38.8 million residents in California as of last year. So logically, the number of drivers has also increased since 2002. When California reaches its expected 15 million, our current transportation systems will not be able to keep up with these high population demands. The official California High-Speed Rail website states that the congestion on roads and highways in California's urban areas resulted in over $19 billion in economic activity loss in only 2011. Matthias Sweet is a researcher for the McMaster Institute for Transportation and Logistics. He conducted a study in which his results demonstrate that if workers are stuck in traffic for more than 35 to 38 hours per year, these hours wasted in traffic target the growth of jobs in a negative manner. He also states that it is likely that if you spend 1 to 2 hours in traffic, you will require a job with a higher wage or salary that will compensate you, or you will look for another job, and this behavior results in the part of $19 billion lost in 2011. To wrap up this first point, one of the main purposes of the high-speed railway is to clear up California The California High-Speed Rail program is estimated that by 2040, the system would have reduced vehicle travel by up to 10 million miles every day in California. And without this railroad, the traffic jams and number of cars will only continue to increase. The second disadvantage to the proposition is that if the California Railroad is canceled, California's greenhouse gas emissions will worsen drastically because of overpopulation and excessive use of vehicles. Another significant purpose to the high-speed railway was to lessen greenhouse gas emissions by reducing the amount of vehicles on the road. According to the American Lung Association, California has the worst air quality in all of the nation, and this has resulted in outrageous cases of asthma, allergies, and premature deaths. And according to, I guess I didn't put the source on here, but that's weird. Oh yeah, according to a study done by the University of Southern California, pregnant women that are living by these high traffic areas will most likely give birth to premature or low birth weight infants, and they are setting up the next generation for a lifetime of disabilities and developmental deficits. It's estimated that in the Los Angeles metropolitan area alone, each household owns about 2 cars. So this makes this LA area the city with the highest vehicle per capita ratio in the whole world. And the Children's Environmental Health Center at the University of Southern California conducted a 10-year-long study that linked the chronic exposure to air pollution from freeway traffic and respiratory illnesses. And after the decade that they monitored these children, they found that the lung development of the children who live near these highly trafficked corridors were stunted about 20%, which is smaller than average, and this greatly impacted the functioning of their lungs. In 2006, the state legislature passed Assembly Bill 22, also known as the Global Warming Solutions Act, that commands that the state should reduce statewide emissions 17% in order to reach the same levels of gas emissions that we had in 1990, and we're supposed to reduce 17% by 2020. And another main purpose of the high-speed railroad was to reduce these gas emissions that are caused by the overuse of vehicles. And the high-speed railroad is expected to reduce 100,000 to 300,000 million metric tons of carbon dioxide in the first year of its execution. And this is the equivalent of wiping out 17,000 to 53,000 personal vehicles off of the road. The less pollution that is emitted by having the railway, the less the health of the residents in California is negatively affected. This is important because the economy also depends on the health of the residents. It is according to the Insurance Journal, which is a marketing magazine. It is estimated that poor productivity in the U.S. Has caused U.S. companies to lose $598 billion every year. So if our population is getting sick because we have poor air quality, then obviously we'll also have unproductivity in the business aspect as well. To wrap up the disadvantages, as I've stated before, the impact of canceling the railway could potentially be detrimental to the environmental goals that California needs to reach. Additionally, if California's environmental pollution goals are not met, the health of residents will only worsen and workers will become unproductive. According to,